For many, the better part of life is spent in ordinary jobs and the mundane reality of the workplace. We once imagined that our adult careers would be dazzling and spirited, a passionate pursuit of our dreams and a fulfilling realization of our ideals. Yet, upon truly stepping into the professional world, we realize that for the vast majority, work involves no earth-shattering achievements or glamorous resumes. Instead, it is defined by day-after-day repetition, a tangle of trivial tasks, unspoken grievances, and the sheer grit required to keep going. The workplace is not a stirring TV drama. It is a crucible of real-life growth for adults, a place that harbors the ordinary person's journey toward maturity, self-healing, and resilience. Suchin's career path serves as a true-to-life microcosm of the experiences shared by countless working professionals. Upon graduating from university, he stepped into the unfamiliar corporate world brimming with zeal and lofty expectations, carrying the distinctive edge and stubbornness of youth. High-spirited and full of hope, he believed that with enough hard work and diligence, he would quickly stand out, enjoy a smooth ascent, and effortlessly realize his personal worth. He firmly believed that a young heart with soaring ambitions would eventually see its efforts bloom into success. However, the reality of the workplace proved far colder and more ruthless than he had imagined. As a newcomer, he was utterly inconspicuous in the vast corporate landscape. There was no special spotlight or preferential treatment. Instead, he was assigned the tedious, menial tasks that no one else wanted: compiling reports, verifying data, filing documents, coordinating miscellaneous errands, and handling trivial after-sales issues, all in an endless, repetitive cycle. With no impressive performance metrics or opportunities to shine, he found himself drowning in dull administrative duties, performing work that was both mechanical and monotonous. The once idealistic young man soon saw his sharp edges worn smooth by the harsh realities of the workplace. He observed his peers who had joined at the same time. Some were socially adept, effortlessly integrating into professional circles and winning the favor of leadership. Others possessed exceptional talent and access to prime resources, consistently delivering outstanding results and rising rapidly through the ranks. He was the only one quietly rooted in an entry-level role, repeating mundane tasks day after day, unassuming and unremarkable. It seemed that no matter how hard he tried, he was destined to remain merely a background player or a spectator in the workplace. Workplace pressure stems from far more than just a heavy workload. As a newcomer with little experience and unfamiliarity with the business, he frequently stumbled and hit walls. Errors in data verification, oversights in coordination processes, and a pace that lagged behind the team. Each mistake brought criticism from superiors, skepticism from colleagues, and a deep sense of self-doubt and disillusionment. In the adult professional world, there is no such thing as automatic tolerance, nor the room for error and do-overs one enjoyed in youth. No one makes unconditional allowances simply because you are new. No one waits patiently for you to mature just because you lack proficiency. The rules of the workplace are brutally simple. Results are king, and competence is the foundation. A job well done goes unpraised, yet the slightest slip-up is magnified out of proportion. All the grievances, exhaustion, and frustration must be quietly digested and borne alone. The most agonizing period was his first year on the job. The disorientation of being a rookie, professional bottlenecks, unfavorable comparisons with others, and internal mental struggles. These pressures piled up, leaving him gasping for air. On countless late nights, while the office building remained ablaze with light and the city outside fell silent, only the lamp at his desk stayed on. Facing dense spreadsheets, documents revised endlessly, and a mountain of piled-up work, waves of exhaustion and resentment would wash over him. Time and again, he felt the urge to pack his bags, quit decisively, and escape this stifling, monotonous job. Friends often urged him to give up. Some said the job was too mediocre, a dead-end role that wasted his youth. Others advised him to switch careers early to pursue hot sectors, higher salaries, and better prospects. Everyone told him that an ordinary position offered no hope of a breakthrough, that the daily repetition was merely self-depletion and stagnation. Suchin, too, found himself mired in self-doubt time and again. Late at night, He would often ask himself, was there any real meaning in this persistence? He was constantly working overtime and rushing about, yet the tasks he performed were merely basic, trivial chores, offering no sense of growth, no vision of the future, and no glimmer of hope. The ideals and passion of his youth had been slowly eroded by the daily grind of workplace minutiae, leaving behind only exhaustion, anxiety, and a sense of aimlessness. It was a routine work review that completely transformed his mindset. During the company's quarterly audit, many veteran employees were exposed for their habitual carelessness and perfunctory attitudes. Their reports were riddled with errors, their filing systems were chaotic, and their coordination was flawed, creating immense difficulties for the audit team. In stark contrast, every task Su Chun had handled was flawless. The data was error-free, the files were organized and clear, and the processes were fully compliant. He had attended to every detail with meticulous care, leaving no room for oversight and significantly easing the pressure on the team. That was the moment his leadership finally took notice of this quiet, steadfast newcomer. At a company-wide meeting, his manager singled him out for praise, sharing a remark that Su Chun would remember forever. The most precious quality in the workplace isn't a sudden, dazzling moment of glory, but the steady, grounded effort put in day after day. Someone who can execute trivial tasks to perfection, who remains true to their original purpose and stays reliable in an ordinary role, will eventually find their own path to growth and success. Those few words instantly healed all of Su Chun's feelings of grievance and confusion. He experienced a sudden, profound realization. There are no truly useless roles in the workplace, and no act of steadfastness is ever in vain. Those seemingly tedious, repetitive tasks were not merely marking time. They were a process of taking root and building a foundation. Just as a towering skyscraper rises from the ground up, every impressive career history and every display of professional competence is built upon the gradual accumulation of small, basic tasks. Only by enduring the trivial can one shoulder great responsibilities. Only by weathering the ordinary can one rise to moments of brilliance. From that day on, Su Chun shed his restlessness and let go of the obsession with quick success. He stopped fretting over immediate gains or losses and ceased envying the shortcuts or spotlight enjoyed by others. He focused his mind on deeply cultivating every aspect of his current role, executing trivial tasks with precision, performing simple tasks to perfection, and handling repetitive tasks with professional expertise. When compiling reports, he moved beyond merely going through the motions. Instead, he repeatedly verified data, reviewed his work, explored efficient methods, and eliminated potential errors. In coordinating tasks, he was patient, meticulous, and thoroughly responsible, accumulating communication experience and refining his professional mindset. When handling miscellaneous duties, he remained diligent and rigorous, never slacking off. He mastered the entire business workflow and grasped the fundamental logic of the industry. The routine tasks that others treated perfunctorily became the foundation for his quiet growth and steady, deep-rooted progress. He utilized every spare moment to address his shortcomings, acquiring professional skills, deepening his industry knowledge, and accumulating workplace experience. While others clocked out on time,